We are now at Rome. So what are we going to do? Let's take a look at Rome and see how good it actually is in terms of defense. Oh my! Right. Okay, so it is actually very well defended. You can see that here. 171 combat rating. Hello reformers and welcome back to Medieval Kingdom Wars. This video is kindly sponsored by the developers. And, well, we're back in our village, isn't it amazing? Yes, we've built it up, and as you can see in the last video we actually had the barracks at level 1, and I've spent the time to gain some stone. As you can see here, we're actually maxed out on iron, stone, and wood, and I'm trying to get there with the food as well. Just in case. You never know when this kind of village is going to be attacked from some outside force and you want to defend it. And, well, then you just get some macemen and billmen trained up and then they're going to defend for you and do a pretty decent job at it. Now, as you can see here, I have, well, shall we say, trained a bunch of billmen and macemen just in case, you know, just so that there's a bit of a buffering there, a bit of a garrison. And yeah, I've been fattening some pigs up as well. As you can see over here, they actually are ready for the resource gathering. And otherwise, we're ready to go back to the world map. Now, my main goal right now is to try and take, as I said in the previous video, try and take most of the, well, shall we say strongholds in the area. I don't know whether we're going to be able to, but we're going to try. We're going to try and see how it goes. You can see here that my income has gone up to 216, and we're currently paying 127. Now, before I recruited all of those fellows in the garrison here, let me just pause the game real quick, but yes, before I recruited all of these guys, yeah, you can see here that they're all full up. We were actually having a drain of about 92, which was actually really good, because that means that I'm gaining a pretty decent margin in terms of our income. As you can see here, silver generated per month is 216, and the upkeep cost is 127. So it's not actually that bad, but it could be a lot worse, could be a lot better, I suppose. Now, otherwise, your tax rate is going to affect, well, in general, how much you're going to be making, obviously, but that's the thing. As I say, I don't know whether the citizen mood thing has kind of any effect on gameplay, but if it does, I was kind of just playing on the safe side of things. Anyway, as you can see, this village right here is giving us an income of 113, and it's only taking away 38. And let me just actually take a quick look over here, because we did... Oh, okay, it's actually not even that bad. I guess it's just because our army is so large that it is causing a bit of a drain on our resources, because you can see here that Salzburg is absolutely fine in terms of its income, and indeed because of its upkeep as well. I mean, it doesn't even have that many in terms of the garrison, but I suppose that the pigs are certainly helping with the silver generation as well. You can see here 4 silver per month. That's pretty amazing. Anyway, we're gonna take our Salzburg army, and we're gonna move onward. Ooh, who's that? Who is that? That is one of ours. Oh, okay, that's absolutely fine. Alright, so our army is gonna be... Okay, for some reason I'm a ship now. Don't know why that happened, but it must maybe register that I'm in the ocean or something. Anyway, let's take a look at Nice. It only has a combat rating of 40. We should be absolutely fine to take them on. I don't know whether I really want to though, because I'd like to let my forces kind of rejuvenate themselves a little bit. But I don't know whether that's really necessary because, well, we've taken our first little stronghold in this area, and that is going to enable us to go back there at any point and reinforce ourselves. And that's also kind of a good reason to take something and then just build a couple of units there. Now, who's this? He's coming from... Oh, okay. This is going to be pretty interesting. So he's coming from Marseille. Now, this is going to be absolutely amazing because I didn't expect him to attack us because we, well, in general, have the advantage. But who knows? Maybe he's got some surprise tactics that he's going to deploy on us, I suppose. So this guy might have some cavalry as well, and that's exactly why we have the billman. So let's see if I can achieve victory. Is this our first? Yeah, I think this is. This is our first field battle that I'm actually showing on screen, because every other field battle I've done in previous videos has been kind of more of an auto-resolve nature, or more of a very easy victory where I didn't have to do too much. But in this case, I think we might have a bit of a fight on our hands. Okay, so we got some bowmen here. Now I'm going to tell them to go pretty close to them. Obviously, we're going to just tell them to go over in that direction. You can do a very similar thing to Total War in a way, where you can kind of tell your guys to stand in a particular formation. It is obviously not as in-depth as that, or as fiddly. Either way you want to say that, because it just works. You know, you can see here that's where all of the squads are going to stand, and if you want to, you can have this little arrow here that is going to determine how close and how far away your units are going to stand to each other. So you can see here, if you want them to be spread out, then you just drag it a further distance. Ooh, there we go. Okay, we got some enemies. Got some enemies coming in here right away. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were that quick to get over here, but I suppose they really did want to get into the battle with us. And I'm a bit worried about our archers over there, so we're going to have to be very careful. Okay, come on, guys. Let's do this. You get in there. Yes. Okay, we've got to continue running away here. Let's hope our archers are going to maybe focus on them a little bit, and maybe we can turn around now. I think we can probably turn around. And let's tell our other forces to charge straight on in. Whoa. Yeah, now do bear in mind that there is actually a cinematic camera as well. So if you want to, you can go and zoom straight in to the action, so you can actually see what is happening individually to each unit. And I think that's actually a pretty cool feature, and I might show that if I can. It really depends on if I have an opportunity to do so, because I don't really want to lose too many of my units in the process. So maybe I'll be able to do it if I get a spare moment. But right now, it seems like we seem in a pretty decent position here. Ah, they have some siege equipment. How adorable. How adorable for them to have some siege equipment that we can destroy very easily. Yes, that is what we like to see. Okay, so yeah, these guys, wow, we have an overwhelming advantage, don't we? It really just dawns upon you as soon as you see all of the blood and the bodies and the corpses in your wake. And as you're just running towards the enemy's base, you just think to yourself, wow, that was a pretty crazy attack, and a rampage at that. Okay, so let's get these guys to charge on over there, and we're going to try and capture their base. It's kind of a similar thing to the siege that we saw in the previous video. And if you would like to see that video, then there will be a pinned comment down below, as well as a link to the Steam store page. And do bear in mind that it is 50% off right now, which is a pretty good deal. Anyway, there's a bunch of enemies. Let's kill them. Let's take them out. Oh, that's not too bad. Pretty easy. Alright, so technically we could destroy their archery range and their mana and things like that. I'm not entirely sure. Is it better to destroy the mana? Maybe it's better to destroy the mana than anything else. Is it even possible for us to do that? I think it is. Yeah, it is, but we don't have any siege equipment. Oh, actually we do. Wait a minute. I seem to remember that we have some siege equipment all the way back here. Yes, we do. Look at that. We have our own little battering ram just waiting there. Ah, yes. Well, we don't really need them at the moment. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we did... Oh, that's kind of amusing. We gained some tools this time around, and we also gained some spices, which is what I would have required for my previous research. But, well, we've already explored the sort of trading system a little bit in the previous video, so I guess that's absolutely fine. But if we want to, we can, of course, then sell the tools if we don't need them, and we can use them for something else. So let's just pause the game here for a second, and we're going to go over to our steward, and we're just going to see if there's anything else I can unlock. Now you can see here that I need more wax for the bovine husbandry research. Now, is there anything else that I can actually get for a little bit cheaper? Is there anything like militaristic that I might be able to get? Well, you can see here, learning to borrow something from bird flight unlocks target practice application research in the archery range. That's pretty awesome, but obviously I don't have the resources for that. I need a lot of hides for that. And we need a lot of hides for this as well. Armies are now accompanied by supply carts and travel the world map slightly faster. So you can see here that there are just a huge bunch of different things that you can unlock, including new units as well. So if you want to expand the variety of your army, you can do that very, very easily. And you can see here that we can gain some hospitals. That will, of course, improve, I would assume, the healing rate of your units if you garrison them in that particular village or city. Maybe. That's what I'm just guessing, anyway. And, as you can see here, you can unlock a Knight Templar. Ooh, a Knight Templar is probably going to be pretty deadly. And is there anything else that we can... Yes, there we go. Training of the Swordsman, the Feudal Knight. That's pretty amazing. And the... Wow. Okay, there are some really high-impact units here, and you can even get ballistas and mantlets and siege rams and all kinds of things. So if you are willing to put in the time to gain all of these resources, or at the very least to gain the silver needed to buy the resources, then I think you're going to have a pretty good time of things. Anyway, you can see here that our units were able to restore themselves in HP somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but anyway, let us attack. Yes, it's only 40. We can do this. But do bear in mind that this is, I think, a bigger town than what we previously attacked. If it's not, then it's going to be a pretty easy victory. But if it is, then we're going to need to use our battering ram and our ladders and things like that to be able to get onto the enemies. Oh, no, I think this is actually a pretty easy... I think it is, but they are surrounded by water a little bit. Let's actually just take a look over here. No, this is actually not even that bad. Okay, so it seems like it's not a big town by any means, so this should be a pretty easy victory for us. It really depends what kinds of units they have, of course. So let's just place our bowmen on 3 here and just a bunch of other guys.
Awaiting your orders.
There we go. Alright, so let's tell these guys to come over here. And we can tell them to go into a kind of decent, kind of loose-ish formation, and we'll tell the archers to go behind them, and then we'll tell these guys to come over here as well. Alright, so I am missing a couple of people, so let's get them to come over with us as well. And I'm just thankful that I don't actually even need to use siege equipment, but it would have been kind of nice to show you that. So I think what I'm going to try and do is, after this, I'll try and find if there's a nearby town that actually has suitable enough defenses for us to, you know, warrant actually using siege equipment, because some of them obviously don't have walls or anything like that, so it's probably going to be a good idea to try and find one of those. I mean, I think it would be kind of fun anyway, because I had a lot of fun last time when we did a couple of videos on Medieval Kingdom Wars, and, well, the siege mechanics, I gotta say, are very enjoyable, because you have the enemy archers with the same exact kind of projectiles as your archers, and it's just really kind of, I don't know what to say, really, majestic? I don't know whether that's the right word, really, to describe it, but it just looks very flighty, I guess. I don't know. But the arrows flying through the air is something that's looking very, very cool in this game, at least. So, I think we have a pretty good attack force at the start here. And who's that? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Okay, well, I guess we can just charge them straight on in here. There's not really anything to worry about. Let's get our bowmen in position as well. And hopefully they are going to be able to rain down death and destruction upon our opponents. Now, I do need to be a little bit careful of these macemen running in here by themselves. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they decided to go ahead of everyone. But yeah, it's okay, because these guys right here are going to reinforce them, and I am going to tell them to retreat when they get a little bit lower in HP. Wow, they're taking a lot of damage. Okay, I guess I just need to get them out of there right away. If they do die, it doesn't really matter, so just bear that in mind. but I'd like to try and save as many people as possible. There we go. Alright, so we're going to tell these mace men to come all the way back here, because I don't want them to get into the fight any further, and maybe if there's any enemies trying to run away or something, they might be able to intercept them and take them out. But so far, everything seems to be going pretty well. And we can charge at the enemy's archers now as well, and we can just place our archers a little bit further in. And what are these guys doing? Well, they're gonna need to do something. Get off your lazy asses. Let's get in here. There we go. You're gonna go and do something. Maybe slaughter some people, yes. That's more than likely what they're gonna do. Wow, they have a lot of archers. Oh, they have a lot of archers. That is pretty crazy, but you can see here. Let's go cinematic, shall we? Yes, the cinematic camera allows us to zoom all the way in, and you can actually see more of the action unfold. And you can see all their levies and serfs. They're kind of just chilling out, not really doing much, which is certainly something that they should really watch out for, because I would have expected them to kind of run away, perhaps, or maybe assist in the defense. But you can see here that that's a little bit of a demonstration of the cinematic camera. Personally, I'm not very good at using it, as you can maybe tell. Anyway, let's see if I can move over to the main flag. There it is. Well, here's one flag. It's not really necessary for us to capture this, so I guess it's just a way to prevent them from maybe using it. But otherwise, yeah, you can see here that the remaining units are literally serfs and a couple of archers. They actually have level 1 bowmen. Level 1, yes. I'm not entirely sure if that's just because they have... Yes, okay, never mind. They have literally just trained these archers, and they've just come out of the archery range. And they're just like, oh, we're in the battle already. That's not very good, is it? No. Certainly not very good. And as you can see, the developers are actually very active in the community as well. You can see that message at the top there is demonstrating that, which is fantastic. It's fantastic to see a game still have that amount of support after it has entered early access a while ago. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think we're done. I think we are actually done, but it's going to take us a bit of time to capture this flag. And so I'll see you once the victory has been achieved. Alright, well there it is. It didn't actually take that long after I cut away, but yeah, it just seemed to get a bit stuck on 80% and 79, 78, 77, and then it just went super fast. So I'm not entirely sure what went on with that. Maybe we just had to eliminate the remaining enemies around the flag, and that's why we were able to get them dead real quick. Oh yes. And now we're going to do a little bit of scouting. I'm not going to try and build up Nice at the moment, because we have technically already shown a little bit of that. And if you want to see a kind of tutorial video on that, I might be able to do that in the future. But at the moment, I'm just trying to expand our territory. So let's see if I can actually do that. As you can see, it doesn't seem as though there are any other big towns in this area, and so it seems like I would have to go very far away indeed to find it. For example, if I wanted to wage war against the Kingdom of Aragon, then that's gonna be a very far journey for us to take, as you can see, and that's gonna be a big siege. That is gonna be a big siege. So that would be pretty fun, but as I say, it's a little bit too far away for me to handle at the moment. Is there anything else around here, though? I mean, you can see here that Rome is there. We could technically attack Rome. That would be kind of amazing, wouldn't it? But that is going to require us to head very deep into enemy territory and take one of their most valuable towns. It kind of makes me want to do it. Shall we do it? I think we're gonna go and do it. Isn't that that's gonna be it? I think it's gonna be a bit of a mistake, but I'm gonna do it just because this is kind of like a special feature sort of thing, and so we're gonna go and we're gonna take Rome. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Alright, so I actually just received a message that said that the Duchy of Austria has declared war against the Kingdom of France. So it seems like we are wading very deep into things, and oh, that's kind of amusing. But also not very good, as you can see, because these guys are very close by to the recently conquered fiefs that I've technically taken away from... Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, it could be that the Kingdom of France is going to launch some counterattacks against us now. But it seems like maybe they're in England trying to attack the English. That would be pretty good for us, because that means that their armies are quite far away and we don't have to worry about it. But you can also see here that we are also apparently attacking the papacy, which is pretty good for us. Anyway, you can see here that my units have restored themselves because they're all rank 5 or above, and we are now at Rome. So what are we going to do? Let's take a look at Rome and see how good it actually is in terms of defense. Oh my! Right. Okay, so it is actually very well defended. You can see that here. 171 combat rating. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to try it nevertheless. Fully expect us to see a failure here, but that is literally just because I want you to see the enormity of the town map, and I think that could be pretty fun. So let's attack the town. Alright, this is not advised, by the way. If you're also playing this game, then please do not attack Rome immediately upon starting a new game with a new army like this, like what I'm doing, because it's probably not going to work out too well. If it does, then by all means, go for it. But yeah, I guess that's your own choice anyway, if you just so desire. I mean, maybe I don't have enough siege equipment. That might also be a bit of an issue, because I have about 5 pieces of siege equipment, 2 battering rams or 3 battering rams and 2 ladders. So that might not be very good. But you can see here, look at how huge the town is, and we are going to be running through all of it if I can help it. If we can do it, then that's going to be pretty fun. Now, if you want to, what you can do is you can produce units. So if you don't have a huge army to take with you into this kind of siege, then what you can do is you can build up your base outside, and that is generally gonna be advised, because otherwise you are literally just going to be just not really doing anything. You know, you're gonna be just having these units and that's it. And if you're not able to win with these units in in that short space of time, then you're going to be in a bit of a bother. So I don't really know whether we're going to be able to do anything here, but let's try our best, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to put my bowmen over there. We're going to tell these guys to come in here, and we're also going to need our battering rams. So let's get, well, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to take the one first. Going to use that. And then we're going to put the other ones nearby. Not too nearby, but a little bit nearby, just in case. And we're going to get our 2 ladders. Let's see where I can actually use these. I guess anywhere. But it might not even work because they have a moat, don't they? Yeah, they have a bit of a moat. So this might not even work. But let's try it out anyway. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. If it works, then great. Then we'll be able to get our mace men up there almost immediately. But you can see here that the archers are, well, very well defending. Oh, dear. Okay. But yes, otherwise, what you can do is... I'm going to just demonstrate that, actually, a little bit. Let's get, like, 4 or 5 serfs or something like... Oh, yeah, okay. We apparently can't do that because we have this. Yeah, you're going to need to come in here with not too many in the way of your own forces and get some serfs and then build some houses to, you know, actually give you the certain amount of space that you need to get your armies up and running. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try and get up these ladders. Can we actually do that? That seems like it might actually be possible. Yeah, it is. Oh, very nice. Okay, we're getting in there. We are getting in there while our battering ram is taking down their front. Whoa, and my bowmen are absolutely taking a huge beating right here. Okay, I'm going to have to tell these bowmen to get back here, apart from one group. That is not great, I gotta say, but, well, can't really do much more about it. We are flooding in to the sides here, which is pretty fantastic. That means we will be able to kill the archers sooner rather than later. You can see the gate is almost about to go down. And, well, I don't exactly know how we're going to do this with limited army, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to surprise ourselves. I'm definitely surprised if we're able to do this. Okay, yeah, these... Yeah, oh, okay, okay. I'm pretty sure that we're not gonna succeed here. We have just literally been outnumbered completely by the archers. But bear in mind that if I hadn't retreated, I'd probably, I don't know, if I hadn't pulled my bowmen back, maybe they would have helped us out a little bit. But you can see here that our forces are actually getting into the archery nest. They are able to eliminate the enemy archers, which is exactly what we wanted them to do. And maybe we can tell... Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, maybe we can tell them to go all the way around here and then around here to kill these guys. Maybe that's going to be a good enough idea for us. You can see one of them has decided to do that, and that is just a mace man. Where's he going? Where's he going? I don't know where he's going, but, well, just attack those archers over there or something. Oh, those archers aren't cleared out either. Oh, well, that's not very good. Well, hopefully our archers will be able to clear them out or something like that, but... Yeah, it seems like, as I thought, Rome is very well defended. But I think it was pretty fun to actually try anyway. And, yeah, you can actually see here that this is what you're supposed to do. Basically, you're supposed to take down these gates right here, or get in through the use of ladders, and then come down here, take this if you so desire, and then come over here, take that one, and then you just gotta basically explore the entirety of the town. And then originally, or shall we say, in the end, eventually, get over here and take the last flag. And that's it, obviously. There you go. But you can see here at the top, I've lost all of my units, and my archers are gonna follow suit very, very quickly. And that is what happens if you decide to attack a town that has way too many in the garrison. So be a bit careful if you're going to decide to do that. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.